Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be talking about burnout, specifically the three main reasons why you may burn out, how to work through these times when you've lost your momentum, and why taking some time to reflect isn't necessarily a bad thing. So, the first reason, if you've been trying a lot of new habits in your life, or if you're trying a completely different lifestyle, it's fairly reasonable to expect that your brain is going to try and rebel in some way. You're depriving it of these high hits of dopamine, which so many of us are so used to at this point, whether it's through sugary foods or if it's through video games or nasty websites. But yeah, it's sort of, you start building this momentum where maybe you're 17 days clean, this sort of thing. Then your brain always tries to reason with you with these curveballs. It panics. It just tries anything to get you to going back to the way it was. And sometimes there's only so much willpower in the day, and sometimes when your brain catches you at just your weakest point, you can sort of relapse, and then you lose your momentum and you burn out. I think the important thing for this kind of scenario is to just try again. You're trying a new lifestyle, and you're not going to be perfect at it. You're not going to immediately be the best at your new lifestyle. It's going to take you a while to figure out what works for you. Because even if everybody else says that intermittent fasting for 20 hours is the way to go, if you really can't make it that far, then don't worry, just dial it back to where you are right now. If it's only 16, then don't go for 16 and build it up from there. The point is to just change your approach. If maybe that's what tripped you up, just to try again. These things do take time. Reason number two, you're just working too much. I know it can be easy, especially if you enjoy what you're doing, and if there's not a lot else to do, to really throw yourself into your work. But you need to find time or make time to relax. If you've been at your new lifestyle for maybe a few weeks, then you'll be able to figure out when you need to take breaks. But before then, maybe just try and push through. If perhaps you're just doing too much stuff, it's good to take a few things and focus on doing them better. Do less things better, basically. But if you're working just 24/7, take an hour or two out of the day, or even whatever works for you, man. Whatever works for you. Number three, maybe your heart isn't in your mission. Perhaps you want to give back to the community. You want to do charity work or something, but you're really having to drag yourself to go out and do good, and I don't think that's really healthy for anyone. It's not good for you. It's not going to be good for the people that you're trying to help, because they'll feel that you're really having to drag yourself, and then they'll feel bad because now you're sacrificing yourself for them, and it's just not a good thing. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It's more about you need to find ways of doing good that interest you, and if you figure out how to do that, then you're going to be able to spend your time a lot more wisely. You're going to be able to put your energy into whatever it is that you're passionate about, and from there you can impact the people around you in a much more positive light. It might not be the most useful thing, relatively speaking, but as long as you're enjoying it more, or it's more fulfilling, it gives you a greater feeling of purpose, then there's nothing you should really feel bad about. At the end of the day, your right to be healthy mentally and physically is as important as it is for everybody else that you're trying to help. So yeah, burnout it's not necessarily a bad thing. If you can get into cycles of working, building up momentum, and then you burn out, and then you start again, that could be a good sort of routine to get into. Burnout can give you it gives you time to reflect, I think, and plan about where you're going next, if where you're going is good at the minute, and if not, it gives you because you're not working, your mind is a lot more free to be creative. So just take it, or not getting mad at yourself when you do burn out, and just taking the couple of days to reset yourself. It can tee you up for getting back on track and perhaps doing better than you were before, if you know what I mean. So I think that's probably the best way to look at burnout. Look at it as part of a cycle instead of your own personal weakness. I think I in particular am a bit guilty of shaming myself because I'm not a robot 24/7, but I'm not a robot. So it's important to remember your limitations, because you can push yourself a lot further than you think you can, but eventually you need to stop, and you shouldn't feel guilty about not being the best 24/7. So I think I'm going to leave it there. But if you've got any more insight into this topic, then please do leave it in the comments below. And just take some time out to relax and reset. It'll be better for you in the long run. So until next time, keep growing.